Today, I'm going to talk to y'all about entrepreneurship with mentors, why they need them, and how you guys can become mentors for entrepreneurs. 44 million small businesses are started each year. Out of that 44 million, 25% of them do not have mentors. From that 25%, 20% do not pass the first year, and 50% do not pass the first 5 years. That means only 12.5% of entrepreneurs without mentors succeed the first 5 years. On the other hand, from the 75% who do have mentors, 70% of those small businesses succeed past the first 5 years, with 69 increasing their revenue within the first year alone. Even though the total 5 year survival rate with and without mentors is 82.5%, the studies show that small businesses with and without the studies show that small businesses with mentors are 5.2 times more likely to succeed the first 5 years than small businesses without mentors. And that's exactly why entrepreneurs need mentors. But who am I? My name is Dwayne McGill, and I'm a Mass Communications and Media Studies major at Fayetteville State University. I'm planning on starting my own videography business, and I spent my last 3 years of my high school career around mentors. And I've seen the effects that they've had on me as well as others around me throughout the years. But why should you be listening? I mean, it makes sense for me. I'm the one who wants to start a business, and I'm the one who spent time around mentors. But why should y'all be listening? One word: legacy. Because we all want to start a legacy, whether it's a family legacy, a financial legacy, which, fun fact, according to Zepia.com, 88% of millionaires are entrepreneurs, or it's a legacy to pass down knowledge as a mentor. Because we all have information, we all have knowledge, we all have things that we've been through that we can pass on to the next generation to help them get through life without facing the trials that we faced. And entrepreneurship is a very hard job, but and because of that, mentors are needed. But before we get into why specifically, let's define what an entrepreneur and a mentor is. Google has a very simple definition for entrepreneur, and it is a person who organizes and operates a business or businesses taking a greater financial risk than most. Now, that's not a terrible definition, but I feel like it could be improved. So let's try this. A person who organizes or operates a business or businesses taking a greater risk while having the ability to manage the risk and navigate their environment. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds like a better definition because, after all, what makes or breaks an entrepreneur? How they move under pressure. Now, when it comes to mentors, Google has a very short definition, 5 words: an experienced and trusted advisor. Now, I spent 3 years around mentors, and they're more than just 5 words. So let's add a couple more, but I didn't make up the definition because I went to talk to one of my old mentors that I used to be around, Mr. Ronald Grooms. His definition for a mentor was a trusted individual who is reliable to talk to and is beneficial to be around, but also will hold you accountable for growth. Now, first off, that's just a better definition than 5 words. And it also shows a character that most people don't really think about when they think of mentors. And that character is accountability. Entrepreneurs need mentors. Like I said previously, it is a very hard job. It is actually one of the hardest jobs you can have. It's very stressful, and the stress comes from this thing called work-life balance. If you don't know what that is, simply balancing your work life and your personal life. And when they try to balance it, they tend to either focus on one or the other, and a lot focus on their business. Because after all, that's all it is, a business. And this kind of brings them into this thing called hustle culture. Hustle culture is very beneficial. It can increase productivity, keep you motivated, and it gives you professional success. But also, it can lead to people's downfalls. Because some of its cons for it is stress and anxiety. That stress and anxiety can lead to lack of work-life balance, which then can lead to them being burnt out, which then can ultimately take these pros and turn them upside down, not allowing you to be productive, not allowing you to have motivation, and not allowing you to succeed in your business. But now that we've talked about how much mentors help and how successful businesses are with mentors, how exactly do mentors help? Because We've looked at the stats, we looked at how they succeed, but what exactly do they do? We're also going to talk about how you guys could become mentors yourselves and why you should even become mentors in the first place. So, to answer the first question, how do mentors help? Entrepreneurs are very goal driven. They strive on making the challenge, exceeding that challenge, and going for the next challenge. This is how every single entrepreneur's minds work. Once they reach a goal, they go to the next. But sometimes it's hard to set those goals because it's easy to get, I'm going to make it here in a year, but before I go there, I got to do this in a month, and before I do that, I got to do this tomorrow. But when you get focused on your business and trying to balance everything with work-life balance as stated before, the thing you're supposed to do tomorrow happens 5 days from now. The thing that you're supposed to do a month happens 6 months from now. And that year turns into multiple years and your business doesn't succeed. Mentors can be here to help you make those challenges, make those goals, and keep you accountable as stated before. They can set simple goals, financial goals, personal goals, because it does not always have to be inside the business. A mentor can be personal to where, hey, work out or stop working after a certain amount of time once you reach a certain goal, allowing you to ease your mind and not always focus on business. But how can you become a mentor? I'm going to talk about 2 ways. One of the harder ways is to start your own mentoring program. This can be started with just 1-2 people, and it can help a lot of people. The mentor group that I was part of was a mentoring program started by the Gamma Psi chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. There aren't a lot of people. I can count the amount of mentors on both of my hands, but it helped way more kids. It helped a lot of young African American men become African American men. All you need is a friend, some ways to keep your mentees accountable, and a drive to help your mentees. But let's say you don't have the resources to start your own. Let's say you don't have the resources to start your own program. You can simply join one. Doing a quick Google search, you can go to mentor.org or betterup.com, and they can apply you to become mentors for entrepreneurs and hundreds of other opportunities of mentorship. But of course, we're focusing on entrepreneurship today. But why should you specifically be a mentor? It's going to go back to the top part, legacy. Like I said, we all want to leave a legacy, and legacies are very important when it comes to families and personal life. But some people don't know how to leave a legacy. Like I said before, 80% of millionaires are entrepreneurs, but not everyone has the capabilities of being an entrepreneur. But everyone has the capabilities of being a mentor for the entrepreneurs. I like to think of it as this quote from Lin-Manuel Miranda in his hit musical Hamilton. Legacy. What is a legacy? It's planting seeds in a garden you never get to see. If you can plant your seeds, you may not be able to see them, but your garden can be very fruitful, and it can help many people around you, whether it is for the view, for the fruit and vegetables it produces, or for the oxygen everyone gets ingested. This garden can be very successful for your legacy, and it can grow more than a garden, eventually become a forest as you continue the legacy by passing on your knowledge to other entrepreneurs for them to continue their legacy. Are there any questions?
I have a question. You mentioned being around mentorship groups, specifically one as you were growing up, correct?
Yes, ma'am. I was part of the Gamma Psi chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated's mentorship group, the Golden Fold.
Do you feel it was successful to the point that as you begin your business, which you stated you wanted to do, that you can turn back to them in guidance to lead you to different other entrepreneurs that will help you grow your business?
So yeah, even after I did my crossing the bar ceremony with the mentorship group, I still keep in contact with many of the mentors like Mr. Grooms, Mr. Varner, Mr. Wallace, and Mr. Hightower. And a lot of them still help me in many ways. Mr. Grooms is still a very great mentor helping me out with just everyday life. Mr. Varner helps me with my videography production. Mr. Wallace helps me when just same way that Mr. Groom helps me, and he helps me keep in touch with the Golden Fold group so I can come back to help whenever I can. And then Mr. Hightower helps me with other school like activities and scholarship stuff. So yeah.
Do you think that you could go in like underprivileged areas and concentrate heavily on mentoring kids in those kind of area? Is that would that be something that you would actually focus on?
So do you mean about mentoring them about entrepreneurship?
Yes.
Yeah, that's actually one of my plans about my small business I plan on starting. Because not only do I want to make films and music, but I do want to teach other people who are interested in it to know how to make films and music and also have it Christian based. So with that said, I want to thank y'all for having me today. Hope y'all got a bit of information that can help y'all even leave your own legacy. And I hope you have a blessed day.
Great job.